So, you want to stay in Thailand long term? What are your options? Let's talk about it. JC here for Retired Cheap JC. This channel is all about helping people to be able to live in Thailand long term and get more life for less money. And there's always an option to do that. So today I wanted to talk to you about visas. This is a question that comes up all the time, and there's a lot of misinformation, disinformation, and some choices to make. If you're considering to live in Thailand long term, you got to ask yourself a couple questions to see where you fall and what your options are. One is your age, because if you're over 50, you qualify for the retirement extension. I'm going to talk about extensions, and that's getting your visa extension, your long-term allowance to stay in Thailand from within Thailand. You can apply in your home country, and you can get an OA visa for the purpose of retirement or the purpose of marriage back in your home country. But we're going to talk about getting the extension within Thailand because it's usually easier. There's less hoops to jump through, because if you say you're going to get a retirement OA back in your home country, you're going to have a criminal background check and a couple other things that you don't need to take care of if you're going to apply in Thailand. Having said that, you also, if you get it in your home country, aren't going to have to show money in Thailand. But there's ways around that as well we'll talk about. So, if you're over 50, I always suggest go for the retirement extension option. The requirements are you're going to have to be over 50 years old, and you're going to have 800,000 baht either in money in the Thai bank or as income coming in, or a combination of those. Now, do you have to have the money here? No, because if you have the income coming in, you can go to your embassy or consulate and they'll generate an affidavit. And what you do is you swear to the amount of money you have coming in that you're able to live off of, and you're going to hand that off to the Thai immigration when you apply for your extension, and you're good to go. As long as the amount that you're showing coincides with what you have in the bank and they all total up to over 800,000 baht. That's one option. Another option, if you're under 50 and you don't have the 800,000, you could go for the marriage extension. You can get an extension for 1 year based on the purpose of marriage. There is no age requirement for that, and you only have to have 400,000 baht in a Thai bank account. Now keep in mind, whether it's the 800,000 or any part of the 800,000 or 400,000 or any part of the 400,000, it's got to be seasoned for 3 months. Now your initial extension only needs to be seasoned for 2 months. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply for a marriage extension. You're going to show that you have that income coming in. Now, you can't take the 400,000 and break it up into 12 months and come up with the figure. For marriage, they want to have 40,000 baht per month as income coming in, which is about 1,200 US dollars. So if you had the 1,200 US dollars coming in as income, you're good to go. You go to the embassy or consulate, swear to that. You show your marriage certificate, your registration of your marriage, and all this information is available in the member site in detail, but I just wanted to go over it here on YouTube so that you can understand that there are some options. Now, the downside of the marriage extension as opposed to retirement extension is the time it takes. I can go into an immigration office and get my retirement extension in a couple hours, and it's not that expensive. The marriage extension is not expensive either, but it's going to take about a month to get it. So you're going to have to supply maps immigration might come to your house, might interview your neighbors, make sure that it's not a sham marriage, because there's so many of those nowadays. And this is why it takes so long. They're going to process this as though it's not a legitimate marriage, and you're proving with all the documents and everything that you apply with that it is a legitimate marriage. So you're going to have pictures of you and your significant other inside the house, outside the house. One day they might even want some pictures of you in bed. I don't know. But they always want a whole bunch of pictures to show that you're actually together. Like I said, they might interview neighbors, make sure that you're together. You're going to need a map so that they can come visit. You're going to need the registration for your marriage. All these documents will be put together, and you'll go and you'll apply, and they'll say, come back in about a month. And if you come back in a month and they don't have the extension finished, then they'll give you an extension so that they can continue the process, and then you'll come back again. Why would anybody do that? Well, because they're not 50 years old, or they don't have 800,000 baht. And one other upside to the marriage extension is you can get a work permit. You can work. Retirement extension is actually when they stamp in your passport, that extension, it says not for the purpose of working. So if you plan on doing any kind of business, you could get a work permit if you're working for a registered Thai company. You get a work permit. So that's one of the upsides. So there, as you can see, there's upsides to both of these, but these are primarily the two visas that allow somebody to stay in Thailand long term. Now, if you're not married to a Thai person, you're not 50 years old, your options are pretty limited. I don't suggest that you do these visa runs. Education visas, people go that route, but you actually do have to study. And they're not giving them out like they used to, back to back to back. And you might get questioned and tested on how much Thai you're actually learning. What I hope one day Thai immigration will do is that they'll come up with a digital nomad visa, and they can call it whatever they want. But there's people that can come over here now and support themselves, and I'm sure there would be a limitation of how little money you could live off of. So there'd be an income requirement, and I think every 6 months that you should go show up at an immigration office, show you have that income coming in on a monthly basis to qualify, and they let you stay for 6 months. You're not taking jobs from Thai people, you're working online, and I think that would really be a great thing. Hopefully one day they'll do that, because the world is changing now. There's people that are able to stay in different countries longer term and earn a living, but not take jobs from locals. So I hope one day that they're going to do that. I think it'd be a really good thing. But as of now, if you're under 50 and you're not married, your options are pretty limited. So if you have any other questions or comments, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll try and answer them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, when it comes to hanging out long-term in Thailand, that's right, there's always an option. See you, JC out. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.